Hello and welcome back to the Stuff and Nonsense podcast, where we don't talk about anything, we talk about anything. I'm Vito, and I'm joined by my co-host, state name.
I think we had this thing a few weeks ago where we hadn't decided whether we want to keep introducing ourselves on every episode. And I still don't know. But it is George, though. So if anyone who hasn't come across us before, then, I thought I will just introduce myself because it's probably the polite thing to do. But, it's a Wednesday, possibly. If you're listening to the audio version and you're listening to it on the day that it's come out, then, it is a Wednesday. And that means it's not just us. So would the guests like to introduce themselves as well? Go ahead.
Oi, oi. I'm Ace Ambrose. I'm a local singer, songwriter, radio presenter, and queen of nonsense. So
that works quite well.
This was bound to happen eventually.
It was bound to happen. Yeah, it was bound to happen eventually. I think that's fair to say. So, we're going to be talking about musical instruments on today's episode. And I think it's a good topic because everyone has some form of relationship with musical instruments. Mm-hmm. I would say. Vito, what's your relationship? Because out of the three of us, I would, in my head, you have the least connections to music. I don't really have connections to music either in terms of
How dare you?
Well, no, we've just never spoken about music before, but yeah.
He's a secret DJ by night. You don't know.
Nah, it's possible. Yeah. If you are, then let me know because, sometimes if I'm having a sleepless night, I do want a little bit of entertainment, so that would be useful.
Sure, yeah.
What have you?
I have had experience in the past with musical instruments. I have had a harmonica that I don't know how to play. I had a electric guitar that I didn't know how to play. I have a bongo that I don't really know how to play. I think up until the age of 12 in school, I had a clarinet that I did know how to play. I did play the clarinet before.
Well, that's good though, because that's harder to play than a bongo, I would have thought, maybe. I don't know though.
Well,
I mean, if you hit both, they make a noise.
Exactly.
Can you can use the clarinet to hit the bongo as well?
To hit the bongo, yeah.
I could do actually, yeah.
Possibly. Give that a go.
I'd need two clarinets though. I think I'd need two.
Two? Yeah, you might. I don't know. Yeah, they're probably more expensive than just using your hands.
Where did you get it?
I think your hands are free.
The clarinet.
The bongo.
Oh, sorry. Right. I got it from Tenerife.
That's cool. Your bongo has culture.
Tenerife, backwards.
It actually says Tenerife as well.
Yeah.
It does say Tenerife. I got it from a small shop in Tenerife.
Well,
on holiday.
We could talk all day about the things that are sold in shops in Spain when we're on holiday.
Oh yeah, we don't want to mention phallic objects.
I don't understand why.
I think it's actually Mallorca that's...
I think it is just Mallorca. Well, that's the only place I've been to in Spain. And that was just, a lot of inappropriate stuff in shops. I don't understand why that's a thing.
Never been. I've always wanted to go to Spain. I literally took Spanish in GCSE so I could go to Spain.
I failed Spanish, but I still thought... The thing is, if you go to Mallorca, everyone's just English there. Because it's
all tourists.
It's all tourists, and everyone who works... Everywhere you go, to eat or whatever, someone's English who works there.
That's why they never tell you in school. They never say that everyone speaks English.
Literally everybody.
Exactly.
And now that I've started writing for a football website where I have to get in... I'm starting to do articles about footballers, but their career from when they were kids. So I have to try and contact people who coached them when they were 10 years old and stuff like that. And they're always they're never English people, but I email them in English with a translation into their language, and they just respond in English. I'm literally everyone just speaks English, I think.
Unless they translate it, unless they use Google Translate.
True. It's easy for us, but I always feel bad when I'm on holiday though. I always feel bad that I'm not making an effort to speak the language.
No, I get that.
I think they learn English though.
I think they do.
We learn languages
it's taught as a second language, but we don't have that.
Yeah, true. Well, they tried to teach me Spanish, but it didn't work. Having said that though, I think Vito, that's another place where we used to just mess about. Was Spanish.
I got a B in Spanish though.
I think
literally
I got a D.
I remember
it was the speaking exam that I messed
A
up
star
on.
boffin, baby. Well, actually, the only reason I Google translated my 2-page oral exam, but because I had a photographic memory, like I memorized the whole thing. That's literally the only reason why I passed. Like that's why I can memorize lyrics. But now, you know, like that's the only talent that I've and skill that I've still got from school, because like I never took music in school. I should have.
No,
but
same.
like it makes no sense that I shifted, because I've always had music lessons since I was little, because that's kind of like a thing that's inflicted on all kids. Like we started off on the recorder. Like I found mine the other day, like from school, and I was like, I don't know how I still have it, but like it's grimy. So
well, it can. Yeah, you can still give it
cross buns.
Exactly. I think they.
I always wondered how anyone actually managed to play it.
Yeah,
the thing is though, like no adults play the recorder. There's never anyone like.
No,
there's never
you never
a
see
band.
it in an orchestra.
Yeah, you never see like an orchestra or like a band where like someone plays the recorder. Like that just doesn't happen. So
I feel like that would make you go viral. You should like have. You should bring back the recorder.
This is another Dragon's Den type moment where like we just come up with ideas that would absolutely kill. Like we're gonna bring some Repnik TV. We're gonna bring back Little Chef. And what were the other ones? Vito. I swear we've had some other like Dragon's Den moments, but I don't know what they were. I always feel like we had one on the Christmas episode, but I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember.
You're asking the wrong person. Moments. Well, you were there though.
I know I was there, but
I don't think anyone is more of a right person than you. But that still doesn't mean that you should remember, because I don't either.
My memory is just the worst, so.
It's mad though. Memory wise, I have memory issues anyway. But like from school, I blotted out most of everything. But I haven't retained any information from school. None. It's just it's mad how like we basically wasted all those years learning all that stuff, only for like the second that we leave to just like yeet it out of our brains.
Fair point. I didn't really retain it even then. Like.
No, yeah.
I just was listening to music whilst revising. It was a bad idea for them to allow us to have like phones and iPods and stuff.
I would have thought that would help though, innit though? Because I mean,
for me,
if it doesn't have lyrics, I mean, like if you're listening to classical music, that's one thing. But if you're like listening to lyrics while trying to read stuff, I can't imagine that would help.
I think I was listening to like the Major Lazer album that came out at that point, which had, I don't even remember who was on there. I like Shaggy was on there.
Diplo?
Yeah, Diplo. Diplo's like the main guy in Major Lazer, but this is like, I feel like they weren't like poppy at that point. They were like a little bit kind of weird. They were like electronic-y kind of stuff, but a bit reggae.
You see Daft Punk are splitting up, aren't they?
They have. I saw a TikTok. Yeah. I don't know if anyone knows Happy Harry Arbuckle on TikTok. He's like this old guy who like sings stuff with a really northern accent. And he went viral because he did Gold Dust by DJ Fresh with like a really northern accent. And he said that it's weird that Daft Punk and Kim and Kanye have split up at the same time. And maybe Kim and Kanye are Daft Punk.
Maybe.
You know, I think part of me thinks that Kim and Kanye are getting divorced because she didn't vote for him.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Like just a theory.
That is a very good point. I think
in that case, maybe she's not as dumb as we think.
Well, I mean, she's a lawyer. She's pursuing that. Yeah, she's pursuing a lawyer career. She's like legally Kardashian. I don't know. I was going to say legally blonde, but she ain't blonde, is she? I mean,
well, not only at one point, maybe.
No, yeah.
Was it her dad who was a lawyer, like a big sort of lawyer?
Yeah, O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I thought that was the. Was that Kardashians or Jenners? I thought that was the.
I can't think.
Because it was Kardashian.
Robert. Was it Robert?
Robert, yeah, Robert Kardashian.
But then there's also Rob, who is like her brother.
I think that he's named after him. I don't know. There's so many of them.
There's too many.
There's so many of them.
I kind of vaguely know who they are, but some of them I'm like not sure.
I know Courtney is now dating Travis Barker. That's insane.
I saw that.
I know a couple of them are secret emos, because remember Kylie Jenner was it Kylie? No, it was Kim. No, it was Kim. I'm sure it was Kim that made out with Pete Wentz in one of the Fall Out Boy music videos. And Thanks for the Memories, I think.
That is weird.
I'm pretty sure, which is just the weirdest like thing, because obviously I had no idea who she was at the time. She was just some Fall Out Boy groupie, but like
that is strange.
Mad.
I don't think I knew about that.
Everyone's a secret emo.
They seem to be, and I think yeah, we'll take this on into like, in terms of actual music in general, what was it that kind of what made you, obviously you said like you started with the recorder and everything like that, like a lot of people did, but what were the kind of steps after that that made you want to kind of pursue it? I don't know.
Well, my grandparents were like into classical music, so it was part of our family thing where they, you know, not enforced, like they didn't make me take music lessons, but it was paid for, so I didn't really have a choice, but I loved music anyway, so that wasn't a problem. So I had piano lessons since I knew what a piano was. And then in school they gave me flute and violin lessons, and I had to quit that because of exams. I was given the option. They were like, oh, you're going to fail your exams if you keep like getting distracted. So my boffin brain, I was like, oh, I'll just quit violin and flute for now, and then I'll take it back up. That worked out great. But like, I always took music lessons, but I never intended to have it as a career because I wanted to be an author and a scriptwriter and that. And then I did that year at Stratford, and I'd already released an EP because my mum had paid, like for my birthday when I left school, she'd paid for me to get some of the songs I'd written recorded, and I had no intention to make it a career. I just, you know, I was like, I love these songs, I want to get them recorded, have an EP out. That's a pretty cool thing. And so that was fine. Never played them live, never gigged with that band, mainly because my ex was in that band, and I mean, it was a high school ex, you know, but like first love and all that, didn't really didn't think that would pan out into a band relationship. But then after I dropped out of Stratford, I was like, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I like lost my passion for writing. The same, you know, like knock at the door, that was ominous. Yeah, I lost my passion for writing. I didn't write like literature or poems or stories like I used to, but I was still writing songs. And then I decided to do like, actually I went to a gig to see my mate's band play, and then my mates from school were there, and they were at Warwick College doing music, and they suggested, they were just like, you should do it, man, you're great at music, you love it, you should come here, do it with us. So I did, and the rest is history. I never looked back. It was just like something clicked, you know?
Yeah, I think sometimes, because obviously most people won't know that we were at college together. That's how we like met each other. Like, yeah, and we haven't spoken for, well,
years.
Not spoken.
We've like spoken, but we haven't seen each other.
We've not seen each other for like quite a long time. But yeah, I was in the same boat where that's what I thought I wanted to do at that point, was script writing, and that's why I did creative writing at college. And then like, maybe just no one ever becomes a script writer, because everyone just finds who are these script writers who actually write scripts. It seems like everyone just like wants to do it for a bit, and then they're like, nah.
I wanted to do it because I was really pissed off at Doctor Who and how the writers were ruining it. I had a vendetta against Stephen Moffat. You remember this? I was mad all the time. I had a full on like an angry streak, and I was like, I'm gonna be a script writer. I'm gonna get on this internship. I'm gonna get on the BBC, and I'm gonna take it over, and like just make it all better again. Or I'll just audition to be the Doctor. Obviously, that didn't pan out. However, technically I haven't gotten in with the BBC the way I planned, but I am now a BBC representative for the music scene. It's something. It's still a step in the door, so It's not implausible. The mission is still going forward. Yeah,
you literally got to get your foot in the door. That's when people are like, literally,
absolutely.
It's like the whole thing with like young footballers when they like clean the boots of like older players, or like someone gets a job in like a cafe somewhere.
Yeah, a busboy and work their way to the top. Yeah,
and they just like try and like get like to know people there and stuff, and manage to like. It's all about contacts. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It's all about contacts. What was Vito like? Have you ever? I know you mentioned about clarinet. How far did you take clarinetisms?
I'm just picturing Squidward. I'm sorry. I'm just like.
Well, you got it, haven't you? I think it.
Do a lot.
I did it for like a couple of years in primary school. Towards the end of it, I think it just came from like family background. Like my uncle plays for like local orchestra in Sicily, and my dad used to play for them. And they're Actually, my dad did French horn and my uncle did clarinet, so it's kind of the background. So I sort of got into it doing it that way, but I think it sort of died out after I just had no interest doing it, moving into high school.
Yeah, I think you need to like maintain.
You have to like.
Interest.
I don't think I had the patience either. You have to like set the stand as well, clean it all the time.
That's literally why I'm not as far advanced as I should be, considering how long I've been playing, like well over a decade, and I'm worse than when I started out because I just don't have like the mental capacity that I used to like practice every single day. Well, also my health, but you know, like it's mainly the motivation to like the patience.
Exactly.
The patience is just ridiculous because like when I started out on violin, I was better than I thought. I picked it up really quickly, which is mad for me because stringed instruments just don't come naturally to me the same way piano does. And they moved me to a grade 3 instead of a grade 1. But I did not have the patience. I just got frustrated so easily.
That's what I was like with drumming. Like I didn't take a drum. I started drumming lessons when I was 6 because there are loads of people on my dad's side of the family who play the drums. So like, and my parents sort of knew the drum teacher. Like they used to go to his gigs and stuff like that. And that was actually at Stratford College. I used to do my lessons when I was like 6 years old.
Nice.
And then so I did it for a good few years. I did them at school as well. Like, you know how they have like the peripatetic music lessons at school, whatever they're called. I did drumming there and I did a bit of keyboard there as well. Then I did drumming again and I got put straight in for grade 3 as well. But I just didn't finish it because I just couldn't be bothered. Like, and
they don't make it fun though. They never make it fun. This is the thing. I feel like if they'd let me like pursue, like if they'd let me learn things I wanted to learn, then I would have had more like incentive to learn it.
Yeah, I think so.
But like, I think that's a recent thing they're doing now is they're like, they're putting pop culture into music to make people actually like want to do it. We never had that back then.
I felt like I had to do like reggae drumming for a bit, which is all like cross stick and everything, and like rim shots and stuff like that. And it wasn't what I was used to, and I was a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit weird. I like funk like breaks and stuff. That's my like style of drumming that I like. So I could have drummed for like James Brown if he's dead, but I could have drummed for James Brown if he was alive. I could have drummed for like in a funk band or something. That's the dream.
I was gonna go for the Chili Peppers, but you went straight for
as
James Brown.
They're not dead, so that would be more realistic. Maybe.
Easier, yeah.
I mean, possibly. We'll see.
I'm still like fully intent on us doing it. We've been planning a jam sesh for like since we met, but it just.
I've never been in any band ever. I've
never played my original songs, but it's one of them where it's like it's always it's the dream. I can play. I want to be in a band. There's people that want to be in a band with me, and then life happens, and it just.
Oh yeah, I've tried to set one up like literally about a year ago, if that, and that didn't happen.
And then COVID, the universe was like that. COVID.
That was one of the reasons. At first, I was like, because I think we were talking about beforehand how both of us like takes too much on at once. I had way too much other stuff. Like, I think I was doing my football podcast at that point, and I had loads of uni stuff on. And there was a pandemic that was about to start getting serious. And I was just like, no, and I had a job as well. So like, I was just like,
there is that. There is the lovely obstacle of real jobs.
Needing to earn money. When we think, I don't know. I feel like I want to start on this, but my mind's gone completely blank. Vito, what are the best and worst musical instruments? Something stuck with me recently is the interview with Liam Gallagher. I think it was on Graham Norton, where he said that like saxophones are like pervy.
What? They're sensual. They're sensual.
He just thinks that like it's pervy to like play the saxophone. Is that something that Vito agrees with? Please like announce your thoughts
about the saxophone.
Yeah, is it perverted?
I don't think so. I think if you know how to play it, it's cool. But
I think the saxophone's really cool. Yeah,
it's the coolest. Really, it's underrated.
It probably is really difficult to learn because I do like brass instruments. I'd happily like listen to a bit of like John Coltrane. No one who's listening to this will probably know who he is, but that's not me being a snob. I'm just saying like
they'll probably have heard of him. They'll probably have heard of him from like because his name pops up in like movies and TV, but I don't think they will have actively listened to Coltrane.
Probably right.
I know who Robbie Coltrane is.
Yeah, they're very similar people. Very similar people.
Hagrid.
Very similar career trajectories as well, I would say. Yeah, what does anyone think the best and worst are?
Theremin is up there for me. It's way up there as the top. It's definitely the number one I want to try, for sure.
The theremin?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
That sounds cool. Like, I've always wanted to, like, try that.
It's everything. It's just, it shouldn't exist. It's like genuine magic. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I love it.
I would agree. Things like that aren't like common, and they're not like, you don't hear them all the time. Stuff like an accordion and like a Wurlitzer, which I don't even quite know what a Wurlitzer is, but I bought like a Wurlitzer Christmas album on a cassette tape when I was younger, and I just used to play it out. I was in a charity shop for like £1, and I thought, I don't know what a Wurlitzer is, but I want to find out.
I really want a Kita. I think it's the same. Okay. Is it similar to a Kita?
Possibly. I'm just going to Google Wurlitzer quickly. So
yeah, because I keep seeing Wurlitzer on, like, when I do GarageBand, I see it as part of the like the sample loops, but I have no. It's like, I think it's under the piano.
This is going to mean nothing to the people who are listening to the audio version of this. Oh, what? I just typed in Wurlitzer and it's just coming up with pictures of keyboards. And
yeah, so it's like a Kita or something.
I'm thinking it's this though, like that.
That's a jukebox.
Yeah, because that's called a Wurlitzer on here though. This says Wurlitzer.
That's a jukebox.
What's going on?
I don't know.
That is a jukebox. I don't know. I don't exactly know what a Wurlitzer is. I don't know what.
I think Wurlitzer is a company.
Maybe it is a company.
I'm gonna Google this now. I can't. No.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
A Wurlitzer, I swear down, it's a piano.
So I'm going to look at
Wurlitzer electric piano, but Wurlitzer is a company.
Maybe they just make jukeboxes as well then.
Yeah, it's a company, but they make things like jukeboxes and pianos, and they're just a musical company.
Like pipe organs as well.
I like organ sounds, like church organ sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can I say though, absolutely disgusting, bagpipes. What is that?
If done right, I saw this woman playing like, it was like jazz or blues. It was a completely random genre you wouldn't associate with bagpipes, and it sounds good. It's like they've been playing it wrong this entire time. Like, yeah, it sounds genuinely good.
It's one of those instruments that even if it's like played right, from what I've heard, it sounds like it's being played wrong. So I need my mind changed on that. So I'll have to look that up.
You know those screaming ducks.
Yes.
Like, that's what comes to mind when I think of bagpipes. But I saw this dude that made like a duck orchestra and like cut holes in it to make the sounds different. He made like a cool duck bagpipe thing. I like that. And it sounded exactly the same.
Is that thing where they push down on the ducks and they just...
Yeah. That's a good meme. Yeah. Is that like a Vine or something?
Very good.
I feel like that might be a Vine.
Vine. I miss Vine.
Vine was good. I'm seeing Vines being posted on somewhere again. I think it's TikTok. But like,
they're reposting Vines on TikTok. All the biggest Viners, like Thomas Sanders, remember? Like he.
I think so. It'll all just come back full circle. Like all of these.
Is that the guy with the deep voice?
No, that's Corpse.
No, Tom Sanders, isn't he like?
He's the musical theatre dude.
I don't know. I probably would recognise him if I saw him. I don't know. I don't have much memory of Vine though. I don't know why. I don't know if I had it Vine for that long.
That's what I'm talking about. He did like low voice, like I don't know, like it.
I only really remember the musical theatre ones. But speaking of low voice, like what's your opinions on Corpse? If you know Corpse.
I don't know.
I've heard of him, but I haven't listened to anything that.
I don't know. What are your opinions? Because I'm mixed, and firstly, I think I have like slightly limited knowledge, but also
I feel like
he contrasts well
with like Shirley Temple.
Well, for people who are listening who don't know Corpse Witch, I mean, like it's hard not to at least have heard of him because it's the way he's blown up has been mad. But basically, he's a YouTuber with an incredibly deep voice. And he has a deep voice because he has this thing called GERD, which is like a stomach acid thing, which like affects the vocal cords. And so it keeps getting deeper and deeper. And he got famous for reading like horror stories on YouTube and like narrating these stories. Then he started doing Among Us games and getting other YouTubers involved in that. and then he started releasing music, and you may have heard the song that goes like, choke me like you hate me but you love me, like that one.
Yeah, that's the one that I have. I think I first heard of him because I can't remember what I was on, but some podcast I listened to spoke about him playing Among Us, and yeah, and then
I think
heard
he's
that
really
song.
talented, honestly, like, because he's like, so. Obviously he does some songs that are like that one that are like supposed to be comedy, but then obviously he's got mental health issues, like myself. He's got agoraphobia, which is like a fear of leaving the house. It's like, you know, struggling to do that, and that's also why he's a faceless YouTuber, you know, because he's very insecure and he's like privacy. I get that though, because especially when you blow up like that and people stalk YouTubers, like when people literally simp over him more than any other YouTuber, I get having that like fear on top of already having agoraphobia. But like, he made a song called Agoraphobia about it, and that's recently just blown up ever since he properly released it. So like, I love it. I think he's like he's kind of got a Billie Eilish but male e-boy vibe, kind of, but also metal. Like, I feel like he'd do great metal music. Like his voice is perfect for it.
Yeah, sometimes you have that thing where you feel like people are actually like better suited to a different style. Like, I've had that with it. I can't think of anyone specific, but I've definitely had that before.
I like the juxtaposition though, like have it, because he has like lo-fi music and then this deep metal voice on top of it. I love that. I love the contrast.
It's pretty weird. Vito, did you have some like strange musical instruments? Because I always encourage this as a segment. I know normally I don't have to, because you just come with like the weird stuff from around the world, which has become like the main part of most of our episodes now. So
yeah, absolutely. Let's see.
Why am I trying to drink coffee when there's nothing left?
I let my tea go cold, and I'm annoyed about it because it's the last of the milk. I was looking forward to it like all day yesterday. I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna make a nice cuppa, my special Aerosmith mug, and I fucked it.
Oh well. Oh dear. Well, you can do it again sometime. There's more. You got more opportunities for it.
Sonic screwdriver count as a weird instrument because it makes sounds, and I'm trying to figure out, because I'm a nerd, I've got this little sonic screwdriver, right? And it does I
feel like I think my brother might have had one of these before.
I figured I could put those sounds like in a sample on one of my tracks or something. I don't know. Like, you can make anything an instrument. I've got TMJ, right? So my jaw cracks, and like when I was recording my last single, my jaw cracked when I was recording vocals, and I just kept it in. And like,
why not?
Like, anything can be an instrument.
Anything is an
anything.
Instrument. That kind of completely like undermines the episode. We could talk about literally anything here. We could talk about absolutely anything. I could talk about the rubber band that I have. I don't know why I've got a rubber band next to me. Got some sanitizer. Got a battery. And a £20 note.
You've got a whole orchestra right there.
Yeah, we could start a band. I could start a band by myself in this room.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What is that? We haven't discussed like bad instruments, like apart from bagpipes. Like,
that's actually
I can't think of any that I.
What about the triangle?
I love the triangle. What's wrong with
the triangle?
It kind of seems pointless.
It makes a ding.
At some point I do want to talk about like primary school music lessons, but we'll go for a few weird ones first, and then we can move on to like, because I like the primary school ones probably are the worst ones as well, like the woodblock. But we'll continue.
The woodblock.
The woodblock.
Vito, what have you got?
I've got. It is called a Maori. It's shaped like a peacock, and I think you blow into it.
It's shaped like a peacock.
Yeah, let me see if I can turn my camera around.
Interesting.
That's it.
Oh my god, that is actually cool. Yeah. By the way,
I want one. It looks like a pipe, though.
People who are listening to just
I think.
Basically, the cover's been blown. We are uploading to YouTube from a week or two's time. You may have been able to hear about that or guess that from certain stuff that we've been posting recently. But we are going to be starting to put these on YouTube. So that'll be a slight change in the quality of the audio, perhaps, because we're not on the clean feed anymore. We're on Zoom. But let us know what you think, okay? So, yeah. A peacock instrument, like it.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
We have got... it's called the Copper Serpent. Again, I'll spin my camera around so you can see it, because visualization is better than my horrible description of things.
I like it, though.
It looks like a snake.
It looks cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What sort of sound it would make.
Probably
it sounds
similar
cool.
to a horn
cool.
or.
Probably. We got
yeah. We have. Let's see.
Things.
There's this one.
We love stuff.
It's called the Russian bassoon.
Are these just like animal-shaped instruments? They've all been animal-related so far, which I quite like. I do like.
This one looks like a screaming duck.
Screaming ducks are pretty cool.
Is it as traumatizing? Okay, I know that the rarest instrument in the world is called like a hydraulophone. Google that. It looks so cool. Like, I think it's like you play like you play water or something.
Yeah, I think I've seen this before. I've seen like a video of it maybe or something before. That does look cool. I like the look of it.
I really want one. I want to try it at least once.
Yeah.
Is it this?
Yeah.
That does look good. I like it. I'm a big fan.
You play water. That does sound interesting.
I like the idea of playing water. It sounds a bit mental, but yeah, I can't remember what sort of sound it makes. So maybe I'll insert a sound in the audio edit of this. Maybe I'll insert a sound of the that instrument, hydraulophone.
What I imagine is, did you ever see? I think it was a TikTok. I know it was a meme of that male choir, where it was like that, but it was different like octaves of them doing that, and it was like
it probably would be a bit like that. I can see that.
That's what I'm imagining. I just found, seeing as we're talking about instruments, I found my my favorite thing that I own, which was an impulse buy at 4 a.m.
Interesting.
This is my shark capo.
Okay.
It's
what's that?
man, that's the shadow.
That's pretty good.
That's
not the worst and most irresponsible 4 a.m. purchase. Like it could be a lot worse.
It served me well. It's adorable. It's like I like specifically weird stuff that actually works. Like I love, don't get me wrong, like I love eccentric things in general. However, if they serve a purpose, I'm more likely to invest in it.
Yeah. Because I'm like that now, where I'm like, I want to save as much money as possible now, so I have to think too much about whether I actually need stuff. But yeah, if you can do both, eccentricity, is it eccentricity? I don't know how you say that word.
Because it's eccentric, so would it be eccentricity?
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't think it's a word that I say. But yeah, you've got to balance it. You've got to balance it correctly. I think we'll move on for the last, we don't have too long left. For about 2 or 3 minutes, we can talk about...
I have got one more segment.
Okay, what's the segment? We'll do this instead.
Okay.
We'll do it instead.
Yeah. I just thought I'd add a little bit of... basically, it's 3 places that you would put an oboe. It was going to be called something else, but it sounded too inappropriate, so I've changed it to this.
Do you have your own...
It's more to stimulate the mind. So
because I was thinking 3 places you can put an oboe.
Yeah.
Do they have to be perfectly shaped places for the oboe to go, or can it just be
That's a good question.
Or can it just be like someone's hedge in their front garden? I
it could be. An oboe. Yeah.
I'd post one to Downing Street.
True. Where would be the weirdest place to find an oboe though? Because then I think I'd want to go for somewhere really weird to put an oboe. If I was going to put an oboe somewhere, firstly, it was your question. Where have you got an answer to the question for yourself?
So I've got the fridge as one. Probably buried in a grave is the second, and
is that with a person?
The third.
No, just the oboe.
Just that.
Just lay it down to rest. A
dead oboe. I like that.
And then the third is in my pocket.
That's a pretty small oboe. Yeah, that's basically just like a tiny...
What pockets are they?
GTA pockets.
I was going to say Time Lord pockets.
Yeah, just
bigger on the inside.
Like David Tennant, all the way to the floor. Yeah,
I still maintain that Mary Poppins was a Time Lord because that bag was too deep not to be some kind of Time Lord technology. And this is musicians, I swear down, we all have Time Lord pockets because I have lost so many guitar picks. It's the most frustrating thing. I have so many and I just have no idea where they go.
No.
You should get one of those things that you probably got one maybe. The one that you can just make them out of anything. So just have it on you all the time.
What, the cutter? That's just I should definitely. I know my mate does. He my old credit card. He like put my old credit card in it, and like I've somewhere I've got a guitar pick out of that.
That's pretty good. Vito, I've just remembered we haven't got long left of the episode, and I was just thinking we've not weaved bodily functions into this one yet, which is a running theme. We have to talk about bodily functions in every episode because
technically we have covered it. I've already covered the jaw instrument. That counts sort of.
Well, you could mention another place where you would put the oboe.
The oboe. Oh yes. So you mean like up your nose?
Stick it in your gob where it's supposed to be.
That's actually a fair point. And then
where saliva will.
Saliva, that's a bodily fluid. Yeah, we don't know if it's fluid or function, but we've decided on function. So the audio version, you might have a little jingle at the minute where we just highlight the fact that we've mentioned bodily function. But I think that is a good time to kind of close off the episode. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a long time, so it's been good. Vito, do you have a final message for the people listening? Make it great. Make it good.
No pressure. No pressure.
Really good.
No. Basically, piss. And also, to provide culture in your life, make sure you pick up a musical instrument, be it a triangle, or be it this, which is Dion Dublin's Dube, which is a magic box that plays anything.
That is a very good instrument. The Dube is a very good instrument.
Absolutely.
That would be a good shout, actually.
Iconic.
Pick up an instrument, not a knife.
Do it. Pick up an instrument and get. Yeah, I don't know how to end the sentence.
Yes.
I was going to say get creative.
Not a knife.
This has been a PSA.
Is a knife?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this is musical instruments. You can't use anything as an instrument. Okay. Stay safe. But yeah.
Music time, not knife crime.
Music time, not knife crime. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, that's literally similar to a line in one of my songs. Better a guitar and a pen in their hands than a knife and the blood of an innocent man.
That's a very good lyric. Sublime.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So smart.
And on that note, quickly, we've got about 2 minutes. Well, less than that. Where can people find you? Okay, so at Ace Ambrose Music, Spotify, YouTube, all the streaming services, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok now, God. I am literally everywhere under Ace Ambrose. And hopefully I'll I've got a radio show too, so I'm going to be organizing some things and stuff, and hopefully I'll get you two on that at some point. Oh, nice. Yeah. Cool. So they'll all be in the description as well. So thanks for listening and goodbye. Bye.